It's preserving the natural beauty of Kalaupapa for generations to come. Hansen's disease patients helped shape that landscape over the decades. Our Lynn Kawano has more on the National Park Service's plan to perpetuate their work.
Scrape the cambium.
Ilana Nims and her father Steve Nims have spent 12 days in Kalaupapa this year. The arborists with Windward Community College are educating staff from the National Park Service, part of a plan to care for the land. Native and non-native plants thrive here. Some were brought in by Hansen's disease patients decades ago.
When they went to travel for treatments or visiting people and come back and bring plants with them. So there's so many different mango varieties or lychees.
Once an energetic community with the occasional star performer and regular events like hula shows, Kalaupapa was home for more than 8,000 people since it was established as a Hansen's disease colony in the 1860s. Many chose to stay after a cure ended quarantine in the 1940s. It is now a more quiet place. Only a handful of patients still reside on the remote peninsula of Molokai, all kupuna, the oldest, now 100 years old. Nature is the noisiest here, the peacefulness occasionally broken by the sound of state or NPS work trucks passing by. And twice a day, the puttering of the Mokulele flight landing and taking off. Kalaupapa remains isolated. Special permission is needed for entry. Visitors still have to have a permit and must be sponsored by a resident or have pre-arranged reservations through the National Park Service. Kalaupapa became a national park in 1980. There was skepticism about the federal agency managing such a sacred Hawaiian settlement, but that eased quickly. NPS workers are part of the community.
A lot of our staff are actually descendants or relatives of former patients. And so that connection, they hold the stories. They know what's important because those traditions have been handed down.
That's why NPS partnered with Windward Community College to provide the additional training for the staff.
Preserve these very special elements. It's so natural and easy for them to find their way forward. And a lot of our staff, they continuously look for ways to improve themselves.
They all have a really good background, and what we're doing is we're just honing their skills and just improving some and giving them a few new techniques.
Like this, so beautiful. Learn to preserve the lineage of some of these trees that the patients brought. So while the tree itself might die, a keiki from it or a cutting from it can live on in perpetuity.
Adding to what's often called the cultural landscape of Kalaupapa. I'm Lynn Kawano, Hawaii News Now.
And tomorrow night on Hawaii News Now, Lynn shows us how arborists are trying to keep invasive pests out of Kalaupapa.